I can be critical of McFarlane as well, despite the recent supercut video that I made with taking shots at Marvel Legends. But that's not to say that that instantly makes me defend McFarlane toys either, because even I'm looking at them a little funny, especially after them announcing, first teasing and now properly announcing, along with full pre-orders going live, for the Amazon exclusive Dark Knight Returns, what they're calling McFarlane cover recreations. I'm sorry, but who asked for this? Because I'm starting to get a little nervous that maybe McFarlane overstocked on this specific mold of the Dark Knight Returns Batman and maybe overproduced. Quite plain and simple, overproduced this figure, doesn't know exactly what to do with it, and thought, okay, well, what's a different, unique way that we can kind of like repackage this thing? Oh, I know, let's come up, and I don't know who came up with this idea. I don't know if maybe it's Todd. I don't know if it's someone on the board, on the design team, etc. But someone said, why don't we paint it so that it can replicate the look of the Dark Knight Returns cover, the iconic cover where he's in silhouette with the lightning striking. And that's pretty much what they opted to do by kind of replicating the cover, cutting him out of it, and putting him in front of it, striking the pose slightly, because you can tell that he's doing he's doing a much more flexible pose. Actually, you know what? We have to pull it up. We have to pull it up. Let's pull up that original cover. Look at those legs, and look at the arms. They're definitely a bit more crunched in. His torso is fully crunching in forwards like this. Spectacular SM, welcome to the stream. Look how much more flexible you can even tell that he is in the cover art. And then look how much the figure itself is not doing that. And I know this firsthand because if you guys have seen my recent review of the new collector's edition version, that's the gray and blue with the alternate Bruce Wayne head, I tried to mimic this for one of the shots in the final B-roll that you see in the review, and even I couldn't do it. And it's almost like a bit of a self-report that this buck is not meant to do that cover art by them trying to do it on their own cover recreation. Like, has anybody in the comment section even said that? XN Order 2 ain't bad for $30. I mean, I guess that's kind of maybe the bright side, is that it's not crazy price as far as the actual listing. It's going for like $30, which is like okay, but all they did was just take that original figure, made it dark so that it looks silhouetted, even though you can still make out the details. I don't know what's going on with that bat symbol, because it looks a little stretched out. Like the bottom looks accurate, but then the top looks a little weird to how it looks like in the comic. And then you have this base, which looks kind of neat. It's utilizing the same metal rod. Actually, I think we have more images. There we go. So it's the same metal rod, and the metal rod disappeared for some reason. The metal rod kind of looks similar to that of what you see in like some of the statues that they've been doing, the Marvel statues. And I do like the base, Batman The Dark Knight Returns, kind of gives it like a little bit of a Hot Toys quality feel. But that doesn't stop from me being able to see that this is just that same Dark Knight Returns buck. The same sculpt, the same head, same accessories. I can see them right there. Except one of the hands is shaped like this. But you still got the rope. The card recreating the cover, which I guess I take it back. I thought they were able to kind of cut them out, but they didn't. The card in the base, alright, so that's still included. But man, oh man, like I said, it even looks like it's struggling within its box, which it's kind of a clean box. I do like the white background with the black lettering. There's only one sincere compliment I will give this. It's got the wired cape, which the new blue and gray Batman, the blue and gray Dark Knight Returns Collector's Edition Batman that comes with the lamp and the Bruce Wayne head couldn't do. So this is the one that you opt in for the wired cape, McFarlane? Why? Why couldn't you do it with the blue and gray? The blue and gray would have been awesome. I said it in the review. We've come far as what you've been doing with the wired capes. That collector's edition would have been perfect with the wired cape. So I can benefit more of these like poses, but at least I have a blue and gray with the Bruce Wayne sculpt, and one that I would say I probably prefer over the original 2021 release. But you still gave him that rubberized cape that's just stuck down, and I have to like flip up and kind of prop it up with something in order to give him like a flying pose like I'm trying to replicate here. Now you do the wired cape? But it's with this one? In my opinion, this is kind of an L. My theory is that they've overproduced this buck in unpainted fashion, and now we're coming up with ways to maximize the profits, or at least trying to mitigate the cost of overproducing these bucks and maybe having too many on hand. Maybe not enough people bought the collector's edition blue and gray that recently came out, which I think is quite possible, since not too long ago I think it was on sale, or on maybe not clearance, but it was like on a Black Friday sale on Amazon and Best Buy for like $18, $19 or something like that, or like $22. So it was like almost $10 off the MSRP. So something tells me this is signifying that, and it makes me wonder what other figures that have resulted in being peg warmers are gonna get the cover recreation treatment. My guess is that I think we might get a Dark Knight's Death Metal cover recreation, so that he can use some of those Dark Knight's Death Metal that we had so many of in 2021, early 2022. Hush Batman. Oh yeah. Hush Batman. Actually, hold on. This one or this one? The more iconic standing on the gargoyle one. This one right here. I don't know why I couldn't find a better resolution one. Oh, here we go. I take it back. Not Dark Knight's Death Metal. They probably have a shit ton of Hush Bucks. I'm gonna call it right now. Their next cover recreation, Hush Batman. Hush Batman. That's gonna be it. Am I, hyped for it? Absolutely not. No, it really does reek of like, hey, I have too many. What else can I use it for? And they should just, frankly, melt it down and focus on probably something that would sell right now. Which, if I was in the room and be like, okay, well, what can we use this plastic allocation for? Maybe take those bucks, add a little bit more plastic, beef him up, like super beef him up. Give us that absolute Batman. He's hot right now. Get on it. Strike while the iron is hot, McFarlane. Stop doing these recreations or whatever. Because like I said, to me, it just reeks of like, oh, I made too many of these. Let me just paint them and color them differently. Murk them up a little bit so that they can look like they do on the covers. And call it at that. There's $30. It's like, no. I haven't even gotten this. I don't even know if I would get it if it was on clearance, to be quite honest. So, yeah, I predict that the next one's going to be that Hush cover from Jim Lee, but I don't want it. If anything, I should say that the focus needs to be shifted to Absolute Batman, because that's probably one that I'm looking at